Crazy in Love, Beyoncé's debut single.
Go, call your name 2-3 times in a row.
The single that made Beyoncé a solo superstar was released 20 years ago, a time when R&B was dominating the charts in the US. Crazy in Love peaked number 1 on the Hot 100 and spent 8 consecutive weeks at number 1 on the chart. The song won 2 Grammy Awards in 2004, 3 awards at the VMAs in 2003, and an award at the BET Awards. The last 2 award ceremonies, Beyoncé performed the song live, serving performances of a lifetime, situating herself as a performer that gives her all. And to this day, the song is known as the entertainer's best song to date.
With a lie detector determined that was a lie.
Now, I haven't been truthful with you since the start of the video. Crazy in Love is not Beyoncé's debut single as a solo artist. Beyoncé's real forgotten debut single is Work It Out. The single has been effectively buried deep into Beyoncé's discography because it failed commercially in the US on the heels of Beyoncé's debut as a solo artist. Beyoncé started out in the girl group Destiny's Child. During the group's run, Destiny's Child experienced a lot of success with Beyoncé at the forefront. After releasing 4 studio albums and having a messy lineup change that included a lawsuit, in 2002, the then-present members Beyoncé, Kelly, and Michelle went on hiatus to focus on solo projects. It was planned that Michelle would release her project first, Beyoncé, then Kelly Rowland. However, due to the success of Kelly's massive worldwide hit, Dilemma, a duet with rapper Nelly, Kelly's project, Simply Deep, was pushed up for a 2002 release, causing Beyoncé to push back her album because Matthew didn't want the girls to compete or release the same time. Beyoncé dropped her solo debut single, Work It Out, on June 11, 2002 through Columbia Records. The single was also released as the lead single from the soundtrack album of the film Austin Powers in Goldmember, in which Beyoncé stars as Foxy Cleopatra.
The future better get ready for me, cause I'm Foxy Cleopatra and I'm a whole lot of woman.
Work It Out is R&B and funk, written in the key of G major. It has a moderately slow tempo of 84 beats per minute, and it incorporates elements of post-disco. Upon its release, the song completely missed the Hot 100, proving to be a flop in the US. Despite the success of the film Austin Powers in Goldmember, the song was also intended to be the lead single from Beyoncé's debut studio album, Dangerously in Love. But when Work It Out flopped, Beyoncé and her team replaced it with Crazy in Love. The song was further scrapped from the standard edition of Dangerously in Love and was instead placed on international versions. Now, this wasn't just a song released from Beyoncé. The music video from Work It Out matched the aesthetics and theme of Dangerously in Love, Virgo being imprinted on her jeans in the video, which correlates with the themes of astrology on the Dangerously in Love album. The blinged out microphone that matched her top on the Dangerously in Love album cover, and the font used to spell her name on the mic also matched the same font used on the album cover as well. Despite the track's poor performance, it obviously didn't stunt Beyoncé's growth as an artist, as in 2002, artists had a lot more room to make creative mistakes and to flop. This type of conversation around who's flopping wasn't as prevalent in the early 2000s like it is now. Yeah, people knew it flopped, but people just went on with their day. Now, I saw on Twitter, Chart Data posted that Doja Cat's single, Attention, and I'm sure some are going to say it's not a single, it's a promo single. Bruh, a single is a single. Anyway, Attention has been declining since its debut, and some Jhené Aiko stan would reply to the tweet and they remixed the line, look at me, I'm naked, to look at me, I'm tanking. Anyway, the poor performance of Work It Out didn't affect Beyoncé too much. Her next song was a feature on Jay-Z's '03 Bonnie and Clyde, released on October 2002, peaked number 4 on the Hot 100. Further speculations that Beyoncé and Jay-Z were a couple also helped Beyoncé's career, in my opinion, as it kept her name in Hollywood and also kept her name relevant in the tabloids. Crazy in Love with Jay-Z being the featured artist, was then released in 2003, and Beyoncé has been a staple ever since. Looking back at a song like Work It Out, it was too throwback and not experimental enough for its time of release, as it was ripped straight from the 70s. They tried to make it work in a time when R&B was king. Ashanti, Toni Braxton, and Usher, those were the artists that were setting the trends in R&B at the time. Hence, why Work It Out didn't work out. That being said, Work It Out failing the charts taught Beyoncé and her team a great lesson, as they made the sound of funk a lot more transformative on Crazy in Love and her second album, B-Day, which was a commercial success. So, in a way, I guess it did work out.